Hey, welcome back. My name is Dino. This video is on historical data visualizations. It's going to show a number of different turning points in the way that data visualizations were done in the past. These are some maps. For those of you who know world geography, can you tell where this is? This is the map of the tracks of Yu the Great, Yu Chi Tu. It's from the 11th century AD, so it's the coast of China. There's no equivalent in Europe until the Escorial MS map of about 1550. So there were hundreds of years ahead of Europe in terms of the Chinese, in terms of mapping skills. Statistical data was also done historically, and they're done for some very clever ways. This is an example. We'll get into a bit more detail. You can maybe see some of the names that are done vertically. That you can see there's a name or two that are definitely familiar for those who may be, again, geographically inclined. This is La Verdadera Longitud por Mai Tierra. It's by Michael Florent van Longren, a Dutch astronomer from 1644. It shows the problem of determining longitude, like, again, a statistical data. It was the very first known graph of statistical data. Again, it's from 1644, and it estimates the distance between Toledo, which on the far left, and Roma, which you can see is more on the right, but done horizontally as opposed to vertically, like Toledo. And again, in the text it says on the left is grados longitude, so degrees of longitude. And you can see names of different people who did this, like Mercator, who is obviously really very prominent in geography. And one of the issues, again, at the time, because the systems of technology were not as precise as now, there's a great difference in the degrees of longitude between these two major cities because the precision wasn't there. Some more historical visualizations. Here's the idea of coding some images. This is a picture of the American Astronomical Society from 1950. So think about how you would design this. Like, if you had to sort of help someone know, like, your grandpa or grandma was an astronomer from back in the 50s, and he or she attended this meeting, how would you show that? So here's a really interesting way. As you see right below the original image, there are a number of faces, and as you see on the bottom, you have some marquee people. Like, say if you see here on the bottom right, there's a woman's face, a profile with like a hat, and that would be that woman here. There's people like this. There's this fellow right here, as you can see him. It's a fellow with a bit of a pointed beard. He's there. By doing that and adding numbers, you can add them below, so it can make this really pretty unwieldy photograph somewhat more legible. The next one combines various variables. This is one of the greatest all-time historical visualizations. As you can see here, it's again a map, and it shows the war in Russia from 1812 to 1813. It was done by the famous Charles Joseph Minard from 1781 to 1870. It was the losses in Napoleon's campaign of 1812. So basically, if you start here on the left in the tan color on the top, as you go over time, if you go from left to right, the tan line keeps going over, hits Moscow, and then the troops retreat backwards. So it shows a number of different variables here, as you can see. The army size, that's the width of the tan and then black line. The location, this is the location because it's a map underneath it, as you can see by the various landmarks, like various rivers. The direction of movement initially goes on this map left to right and then right to left, and temperature is also down below. So it combines various variables, and it does it in a very elegant way. And because of the way it does so many variables in such a legible way, it's again known as one of the greatest visualizations of all time by Minard. That was historical data visualizations. Thanks for watching. My name is Dino. Please feel free to like this video if you like it. Please feel free to comment on it if you'd like. But the idea of maps like the ones in China being hundreds of years before their European friends, The statistical data shown by Van Longren in terms of longitude, and how the statistical data visualizations help to further the field of geography. In terms of coding images, like the American Astronomical Society, as well as combining variables as per Menard. Finally, or please feel free to comment on anything else. And then finally, if you like this type of video, please feel free to subscribe to the channel to get similar types of content. As always, thanks for watching.